Hello everyone and welcome to the third edition of our special Qatar 2022 World Cup countdown. We have less than 3 weeks to kick off, 19 days precisely to the very first game, and we all just can't wait. Hello everybody, my name is Ayobiojo Ibrahim Adedoyin. You can call me Easy Baba. I'm gonna go fight you now. That's my name, number one. And lucky for me, I'm not doing the show alone. I always have what's it called, my co-host with me here. You should know what the general. Welcome, Omola Bakeraji.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Very much, you.
She knows what I was about to say. Because I wanted to tell you that on the norms you can address me as Easy Baba number one. But when it comes to the World Cup countdown show, my name is Ibrahim Adinho.
The only thing I'm doing is shaking my head. I don't have anything to say.
You know, someone that is trying to pick between Portugal and Spain. You better admit.
Spain does not make it to my list.
But I thought your name was Labake Garcia.
Excuse you. Anyway. No, thank you. My name is Omola Bakeraji, and that's how my name is going to remain. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm not like some people.
What do you mean? I picked a side. Hello? It's not hard to pick a side. My dear country, my country of origin failed to qualify. So I adopted one.
And you take Ghana that took your place.
Esau and Esau, forgive me. See, don't let us go there. I beg. It is my choice, and I'm picking Brazil. Brazilian. I can't wait to get to the Brazil group. So you know how jiggy I'll be. Woo! Brazil for the win. Ibrahim Adinho. Yeah, just in case you missed the previous edition, this is the third edition of our special World Cup countdown, where we talk about teams that have qualified for the World Cup. This Mundial coming up in a few weeks' time, apparently. The very first time you're going to be having a festive World Cup, like
November, December World Cup.
December World Cup, it will be too. But it's not bad. It's not
watch
bad.
It from our house.
It's not bad. If I can't go to Sao Paulo to watch it, I can watch it from South Lagos. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't see that coming.
So on previous editions, we talked about Group A and the chances, as well as Group B and the teams there and the chances. So on to Group C, where we have Argentina, Mexico, Poland, and Saudi Arabia. So let's just go and with it as soon as possible. So let's talk about the very first team, right? Argentina, 19th appearance at the Mundial for the Albiceleste, who will be able to get their hands on the much coveted trophy for the third time over asking. They've won on 2 occasions. Their last win coming as far back as Mexico, 86, when they defeated West Germany 3-2 with starman Diego Armando Maradona. That man put on a stellar performance for that campaign, and 36 years on and still nothing. But right now they have a new super duper mega star in football. I think we all know him. Lionel Oluomo Messi. Oluomo is not part of the name, but is what I've added to it. And now Messi himself Messi came out himself like, this is going to be his last World Cup. So I feel the Albiceleste themselves will try to, do everything
possible to give it to Messi. And thinking about that, but in fairness though, they had Messi the last World Cup. They had Messi the
last World Cup. They were at the final.
Yeah, they didn't win it. They semi-final.
No, semi-final. Last year.
Lost out to France.
To the 2010.
The point is, they've had Messi all this while and they didn't win it. I'm not throwing shade.
You just did.
I'm not throwing shade at the Argentine team. I'm just saying that they've always had Messi, and in fairness, they've had him during his peak period, and they didn't do it.
Messi has always been in his peak period, please. I'm
just saying now. See, some players are on a different level. Is world class. Is on from a different planet. The argument of the GOAT will always continue, right? I'm not taking that away from him. I'm just saying the Messi of now is not the Messi of 4 years ago. It is what it is. It is. So unfortunately, age catches up with you, and he's been lucky, as you would say, as Ronaldo, as some players that you always wonder, are you aging backwards, right? Yeah. But age will catch up with you. You cannot cover the kind of ground you used to when you were 24, in your 30s. You can't cover, except in some special circumstances. Shout out to the Argentine team. I'm just saying that they have Messi, which is equivalent to having about 4 players, or 5, if not more than. But
You feel
wondering,
discussion, okay?
I think he
Okay,
has. I say with the PSG side,
I have a
fantastic
point.
as usual.
Don't give me fantastic as usual with the PSG side. You are just here telling me that a discussion of Messi. Messi has 12 goals, 13 assists in all competitions this season.
Against
That
which
is
clubs?
Hello, even in Champions League. What are you trying to say?
Against which team?
Juve is in Champions League team they are in.
The same Max team that you and I have had
Don't do
a
like
few
that.
days talking about.
Don't
No,
do
but
like
it is
that.
what it
Okay,
is.
fine. I'm not going to argue, right? Okay, you all know I love Ororo. Tell me Ororo's goals contribution and assists this season. Yeah.
And how many starters they had this season as well?
They are in football teams. You should be playing.
Agenda. You are looking for agenda.
No, I'm not looking for agenda.
You are looking for agenda.
I am okay, but okay. Imagine now. This is Ibrahim Adino asking you now, not even Ibrahim. This is Ibrahim Adino asking you because how my Neymar, how many goals and assists does he have compared to what Messi have, and they are in the same team.
Yes, Messi. Neymar has had about 9 or 8 goals in the league, and quite a number of assists as well. They are having a good time. I'm just saying that. I'm still not going to take my words back. This is what it is. I say that. It would be nice to see the Argentine side. They have a couple of exciting players in different positions, getting in the numbers, reckoning the numbers, the goals for their side. For the ones who are not goal scorers, they are important, equally important to their side. Getting the play time, the much needed momentum. Yes, great. But would I say that Messi factor is enough to win you something? Sure. But I'm just saying that Messi of 2018 isn't Messi of 2022. From the pace to grounds covered. I mean, we had our guy just call Messi is my G. It's not, I don't even get into the Messi Ronaldo arguments because I don't stand any one of them. I love them both. I'm just saying that we just celebrated Messi's first free kick for PSG 2 weeks ago or something, which is something that we celebrate on a daily. For every time he plays, if there's a set piece, if he's taking it, chances are, if it's not a goal, he had to be a terrific save to keep it out.
Oh, the crossbar.
It's not the same thing for 2022. So, shout out to him for Lionel Scaloni's side. Let's see what they're coming off of winning the Copa America. Energy, morale is high. So, coming into this one, I think, like you said correctly, I expect the Argentine players to play and give 100/10 to give Lionel Messi this, because it's come close too many times not to actually edge it and get to the final, perhaps clinch the trophy. But would it happen with them? Let's see.
Okay, let's see. But I'm still going to reiterate the fact that I believe the Argentine national team are going to. Don't let me just continue. Just in case you don't know, Lionel Scaloni is the manager. He's 4 years in charge of the team right now. He's 44 years of age. We all know their captain Lionel Messi is actually the team's Argentine's top scorer, Argentine's
everything.
Most star player. Come on. That man is a man for the he's Baba for the boys. Based on the fact that every other player
his
in that
levels,
team is
head, shoulders, and feet, even with his height above every other person.
Okay. Moving on. Players to watch for the Argentine national team. We just mentioned Lionel Messi. We have Angel Di Maria, who plays for Juventus. He's a midfielder, just in case you don't know. We have Lautaro Martinez. We have Cristiano Romero. We have Emi Martinez, the goalkeeper. We have Rodrigo De Paul. We have Emiliano Buendia. I doubt he gets picked though, because it is what it is. Yeah, quite the what's it called? Quite the squad.
Quite the players. Exciting prospects in different positions. Players, looking at form and the fact that it's so close, talking about the Mundial, we're in November and we're already we're waiting to see, we have less than 19 days to go, and 19 days and a couple of hours. For someone I would expect I would have expected more at this time of the season, going by what is dropped in the past. Lautaro Martinez, we talk about him quite a bit. He's just starting to get back into the groove of the season, and well, it's a nice time to have momentum. It's a nice time to wake up with it. So let's see if he continues dropping in the goals, even when he's not scoring, contributing something to the attack line for Inter Milan now, and that way he can bring that form to the World Cup for Argentina. For Martinez, Aston Villa have not been all that. So, but he has been their saving grace. Yeah. Even at times when they concede so many goals, like they conceded very interesting goals and stunners. So, in fairness to Emiliano Martinez, it's not because of,
Lack of trying from him.
do you understand? It's been exposed way too many times by his attack line. So if he can bring all those, Spider-Man kind of stuff.
I hope he can, because apparently, just in case you missed it, Emiliano Martinez went out injured in the match against Newcastle over the weekend, and yeah, we are praying for his quick recovery, because
if he's out, he wouldn't make the World Cup, basically.
If he is, we don't know about the scan yet. We don't know if it was a precautionary substitution yet. So it is what it is. We still have to wait on the medics to know the extent of the injury and all. So now about this Abba Celeste, I going through their squads, right? I found an omission, and
a notable one.
Very notable one. And I was looking like, okay, who is going to be this guy's proper? I'm not okay. I was talking about Paulo Dybala. You know Paulo Dybala is injured.
Out,
just in case you don't know, Paulo Dybala is injured, and most likely he's going to be missing this World Cup, which is very, 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 very sad for the young man who has picked up his scoring boots, his performance boots after joining Jose Mourinho's AS Roma over the summer, and I just wish him, but I wish him the best. I wish him the quickest recovery. So I was not talking about Paulo Dybala. I was looking at the fact that for the first time in a while, Argentina are going to the World Cup without a proper. They have one in Julian Alvarez, but an experienced striker, and the fact that Kun Aguero is missing from this World Cup due to his heart condition, is retired from football, and how much do you think Argentina is going to miss Sergio Aguero, and how much do you think Julian Alvarez is going to fill the void? Yeah.
Okay, should get sides, and everybody normally needs to pick their own. There's a reason why I'm not going to wear your size of shoe. So yeah. I think wanting to fit and wear Sergio Aguero's boots for club country, it's quite the ask. It's quite Herculean. But I've seen Julian Alvarez for Manchester City, and it's very interesting that Aguero played for City, and Alvarez now playing for Manchester City as well. I think that I've seen him. It's quite exciting. I've seen him on the ball, off the ball. He has that presence, and he has the flair as you would expect of an Argentine, and precision as well. Very good. I feel like the sky is the starting point. Yeah. The room for improvement there's a lot he can still do, and he's already doing. He's playing. He plays under Pep Guardiola, who we know doesn't even like 70-something%. He likes the 90.99. Yeah. Reduces the room for error as much as possible. So there's a lot of room to grow for him with Pep Guardiola, and I'm looking forward to seeing him get into that imposing. That striker that causes defenders to be worried. You see his name on the starting lineup, and you're like, oh, this guy is there. So I think the room for growth is there, like I mentioned. For the Argentine side, it's going to be very nice to see him for them in the Mundial. And usually we see the World Cup and we see players come in with their A game or A++ game, They come in wanting to sell their markets, wear their country's jersey and fly with pride and carry the flag and all that stuff. So I expect him to come good for the Argentine side if he is called up for them. But I expect that he should be maybe not as a starter, but his squad and all that. I think that when he's called upon, he's going to drop it. But expecting him to put on Aguero's boots is quite the ask.
So we are definitely going to be missing the services of not me, like Argentina. They're going to be definitely missing the services of Sergio Kun Aguero. My heart out to him. He's doing well. He's doing fine. He's not there. There's nothing wrong with him, but it's hard. It's hard on the player.
I would have thought we would have seen one more World Cup,
like final rondo for him and Messi, Angel Di Maria. But it is what it is. So we all know their star players are Lionel Messi.
Doesn't he mention it though?
Their star players were India. I'm just joking.
He was still out.
The Alba Celeste are currently ranked 3rd in the FIFA rankings, the latest FIFA rankings. Another one is going to be released later today, so we'll see where they go from there. Where I believe they're going to be heading, as we've said, they have been the nearly men for quite some time now. They made the semi-finals of the previous one, finals of the penultimate one. So this one, Where do you see them? Where do you see? No group, only minus anything tragic or problematic. I see them topping the group. Apart from the group, where do you see them?
I think they should get out of the group with, and I
With
think
so much
that they're going to
ease.
be missing Nigeria. They love playing against us. They adore.
To
They
an
adore.
extent, thank God.
They adore us. They love us because they always annihilate us. Maybe not with so much scoreline, but when it matters, they get
They
at one
beat
point.
us.
Even when we have the best of goalkeepers.
They beat us. I can never forget that Inyama one.
I was pained.
Inyama was get to because I was like,
Now, man, you be.
Nah, man.
It was a lot, but even at
Yeah.
that, they went past us. So they're going to be missing us most definitely. We love you, and we are very grateful that we're not going to be playing you
Yep.
this time around. So I think that getting out of the group should be the list they should be expecting. I don't expect a round of 16 finish as well. So I'm thinking a knockout phase finish, semis, finalist. I mean,
Pick
give Messi something.
Pick one.
Maybe semi-final. I think semi-final is not on paper with the firepower. Messi is one blow. How many people die? Kind of. He's just that kind of player. Like I said,
Yeah.
it wasn't the same person I was seeing 4 years ago, which is normal.
Definitely.
But he still got that. If you underrate him at your own peril, I don't even think there's any gaffer, any manager out there. What their source is going to tell you that don't see Messi. Just if you dare it, you suffer. So I
Exactly.
expect them to get to the semi-final minimum, and just perhaps take that leap and get to the final. What stops them?
Good analogy. So there we are on Argentine national team. Like just in case you know, this is their 19th appearance at the Mundial. Their best ever finish was twice when they were champions of the 78th edition and the 86th edition with the what's it called, exceptional brilliance of Diego Armando Maradona, as we previously mentioned. On to the next team in Group C, we have Mexico, as Mexico, as most people naturally call them.
You speak English, yeah, thanks.
8th consecutive World Cup qualification and the only team aside Brazil to make it out of the group stage in the past 7 Mundial, like back to back Mundial. So 3 where they get off the group stage, and it's not an easy feat. The CONCACAF Giants have not been able to translate their domestic form on the biggest stage. It's just 2 quarterfinal appearances recorded as their best finish to date, which is very. That's just it.
Okay. I was waiting for you to say maybe very bad, but in
It's
fairness,
bad to an
looking
extent.
at the quality of opposition, you cannot chew up sides. There's a reason why I wear 5.5. There's a reason why I not normally used to buy 7 when I go to the market, even though it might be a sneakers that I love or something. It's the quality of opposition. We've had the past. So I'm looking at how long I've been alive and how many World Cups I've watched. For the past winners, like who they breathed. It's not like they accidentally got there. Like they were lucky to.
Yeah.
They put in worthy performances to get to that point. So it wasn't by, even though we know that there is luck in football, right? But they actually paid their dues to actually get to the point. So I would expect that, looking at how much of a staple the Mexican sides have been in world football, they've made the Mundial something that they mark attendance for on a regular.
Easy.
You
Easy
know,
peasy.
like for a manager who is not qualifying for the World Cup, they should be asking, "What are you doing?" Like, bro. So they expect it. So for that reason, I expect that their expectations
Should be higher.
higher, wanting to pitch yourself to. Okay, we've been rolling with the big boys for quite a bit. Does that make us big too, or do you understand? But if you also look at the people that you are playing against, you can tap yourself at the back and do like.
Yeah, they're tapping on the back and doing like this. If they have this current, like, how would I put it, the consecutive what's it called, qualifications they've had, if they had made it out of the group, fine. They have made it out of the group, fine. They have just gone on to like round of 16. The last,
That.
the quarterfinals that I'm talking about was 1970 and 1986. So
It is, I mean,
36 years ago.
when Argentina won the
36
World
years
Cup
ago.
last year.
It's way too bad. It's
I feel like
way
they
too
can't
bad.
do better, like I said, but I mean,
Well, no lack of trying from the Mexican national team, but it is what it is with them. The gaffer is Gerardo Tata Martino. That sounds familiar. Let me call it
Absolutely.
again. Gerardo Tata
you
Martino.
know how long it took me to know. You know how long it
it
took me to know that Tata was actually not the man's first name. That's what I grew up knowing.
Yeah,
That's what I've
Tata.
always heard. You know,
Yeah.
I think Tata, I think Barca, I think Argentine.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to actually know that he had an actual first name.
First name. So that's what I'm saying. Let me take the first name away. Tata Martino. Ring a bell? He's a former Barcelona coach and former Argentine national team coach, and he's in charge of the Mexican national team for the past 3 years now. He is 59 years of age. Just in case you don't know, after leading Argentina to the 2019 centenarian Copa America, where they failed to win it after being beaten by Chile via penalties in the final. My man got the sack after so much camp in-house altercations with various first team players and all, and it was rumored at that time that Lionel Messi and his boys were how do I put it, were the culprits of him getting the sack.
The reason why
he got axed. Even if that is the case, to an extent, Lionel Messi and his cohorts have a reason, and a valuable reason to do that, if you ask me, because they qualify for the Copa America back to back. Like, no, they don't even need to qualify for the Copa America. It is their forte. Yeah. So Copa America, they did it in 2018. They did another one in 2019 just to commemorate the 100 years of the Copa America. And you got to the final on both occasions, being beaten by Chile on both occasions via the penalties. Heart-wrenching. No team would retain you. Apologies, Tata Martino, but it is what it is. You went to Barcelona. You wanted to continue. You wanted to continue with Tiki-taka. Got out of hand. It was not like Takatiki. Mama got.
But it's very interesting that the fact that he has been the coach of the Argentine side, knows a couple of these players, knows how they play, very familiar with them, and having him play again. Is now on the other side.
Yeah,
you know,
Mexico,
not with them now,
yeah,
against them for Mexico. It's going to be very interesting to see. I don't think that they'll be able to match Argentina toe to toe, but. You know, when you also know certain keys and kinks in a side that you're familiar with, it's going to be quite the matchup. It's going to be quite the battle. I'm looking forward to seeing.
Yeah, keep a day with that match. Mexico against Argentina in the World Cup. It's going to be fair. It's going to be fire.
It's about to go down.
It's going to go down because Martino like, honor. I don't define honor. I'm just saying, though, the captain of the side is Andres Guardado, who is also the most capped player with 177 caps. The man is 36 years of age. He's a midfielder and plays straight for Real Betis in Spanish La Liga. There is also Edson Alvarez, the 25-year-old midfielder, plays football with Ajax. Ajax nationality, Ajax Football Club.
Ajax Amsterdam.
Ajax Amsterdam, thank you. There's Raul Jimenez. You all know Raul Jimenez of Wolves. Wolverhampton Wanderers. There's Ivan Lozano from Napoli. The forward man. Let's talk about Edson Alvarez. The first time I knew Edson Alvarez, right, I thought this man was a defender because, bro, it was
everywhere.
It was everywhere. Apparently, he's actually a defensive midfielder. He can play as a centre back, one of the three backline defense. That guy is very versatile. Very, very versatile. And seeing him, how would I put it? Seeing him in the Mexico national team. And he's going to be facing Argentina. He's going to be facing Angel Di Maria, Rodrigo De Paul, Lautaro Martinez. I don't want to call Messi. Rodrigo De Paul.
He has enough to contend with.
He has enough to contend. You don't talk about Messi. And Edson Alvarez was so close to joining Chelsea Football Club and Manchester United as well. They had the bidding war over the summer. Chelsea won the bidding war. But Ajax felt the money was not enough, so it did not happen, didn't materialize. But he's looking forward to the winter if that can happen. So that is about his transfer. But I'm just trying to let you know a bit about it.
And the fact that you're having the big boys coming looking for him and wanting a signature on the dotted line.
He's not a small boy.
It says a lot about his quality and what he brings. We might not be watching Ajax play week in, week out. We do see them in the Champions League, of which they would have to pack their bags at some point. But they have been they have been quite impressive in the Eredivisie. They've not been able to translate that to the Champions League. One game out of their 5. The one win which they've had was against Rangers. It was a thumping win.
Yeah.
Excellent. They were everywhere.
Yeah.
They ran riot and all that. And Alvarez had his hands, legs, and every part of his body involved in that one. So quality player. Looking forward to seeing him do his business in the Mundial. For Raul Jimenez, I've not been happy with Wolves. I've actually not even been seeing him, which I need to confirm if he's actually out injured.
He's
or
actually not really injured.
form.
He's been
So,
fighting with form. His
so
form has been.
is and which is unfortunate because this is around the time when you need to come in with the goods, so you can remind your coach that I'm
Says
here.
a whole lot if a Diego Costa is benching you. Not saying what's it called?
No shade on
Diego
Costa, but he's a much older man. So
apart from he's a much older man, you have been with the Wolves national. No, why am I saying national? Because we're talking about the World Cup,
you
right?
think Portuguese team? Sorry.
Why now? It's been the Wolves team for a while. Knows more about the Premier League. Doesn't mean Diego Costa doesn't know about the Premier League, but
for the Wolves side, he
Yeah.
has been their go-to man. Off the top of your head, if you're wanting to count the starting lineup and the striking position for Wolves,
it's Jimenez.
like it's Jimenez. You don't even think
Straight
it.
up.
And Costa came in and walked straight into
up.
the starting lineup. Yet to get a goal though, which is saying a lot. The man who's here to score has been getting your position. So if Jimenez wakes up within the next, he can drop. He has that quality to drop banging performances and kickstart the season and all that. He's here to wake up to the season and realize that the season is going already. We've played 13 games for some teams, 12 games for some teams in the Premier League, and if he comes good, I think it's going to be a major addition for and the firepower that the Mexican team will be boasting of. For Lozano, every part of Napoli's side is hot. They are poor. Chances I will check the temperature. I think my need is hot. The goalkeeper's gloves, everything is hot. Like you can't be going on this kind of form. We were talking about earlier. I know Napoli is not the one playing, but I'm just saying that every player in the Napoli side for Luciano Spalletti, they've been
on fire, top form.
Incredible. Playing against them right now should actually be something that should be messing with a lot of club mind, because before you go in, you're wondering who are we marking, what are we playing. When they score 2, should we just relax and let them score more, or do you go outside? If you're not careful, you pack 3 more goals. They've been that amazing. Lozano, maybe not a quintessential starter, but he comes in, makes his mark, and tells Spalletti that I'm here, or you can call on me and I'll deliver, which is quite amazing, to say the very least, for them. So in this kind of form, wanting to get his own spot too for club, wanting to book a spot for country as well, I expect a lot more from him for the next few games. And let's see what the Mexican team got to. We know their spices are always hotty. So maybe they'll bring the same thing with their football.
All right, let's see what the Mexican national team has to offer. And they are missing one player. Is he going to come out of retirement, or is he going to get called up? We have no idea. Talking about the famous Javi Hernandez, aka Chicharito, who's playing in the US league right now. Well, where he's playing is actually close to home. He's close to home. It's not US and Mexico. They share a border.
There's a wall.
There's a wall, boy. You just have to fly over. Doesn't have to.
No, don't do it.
I'm just joking. I hope Javi Hernandez gets called up. At least let's see Chicharito's face in one more World Cup. Mexico are.
It's really hard saying goodbye to these guys.
As in Messi, Ronaldo, Di Maria.
It's hard thinking, like, just imagining the next Mundial without them.
The next team we're going to talk about, say, if one of them is, oh God. But it is what it is. The Mexican national team are ranked 13th at the moment in the latest FIFA ranking. And talking about the Mexican chances in the group they are in right now, I feel the second or third, based on the next team we're talking about right now. Where did you see them?
This is me doing what do you normally used to do that game?
Mini manual.
Yes, and maybe we'll do Genie Mini. Yeah, just say. But I don't know, maybe third. And not because so far so good. I've seen the police side, which is the next time we're going to be talking about. I've not been overly impressed with them. They have sparks in certain areas, and they're also lackluster in certain areas. They just fall flat sometimes. But you can have a Lewandowski and be entirely bland. You will shine one way or the other, because that's how he carries his team and all that. So I expect them to finish behind Poland.
Wow. Big call. Expect the L3 to finish behind Poland. Well, this is what it is. The Mexican national team, also known as the L3, based on the fact that they are the Lions of Mexico, as they used to call it. And they are what's it called? They're participating in their 18th World Cup. And like I said before, their best finishes has been how do I put it? Quarterfinals, both 70 and the 1986. Way back to
Long before I was born. So I
So,
think they would want to change that, but the kind of group they find themselves in.
it's
Well,
not
let's see
been easy.
who brings the goods on the day. I mean, who comes good? I don't see them getting anything against Argentina. Do I see them getting something against Poland? So
It's all up on
Saudi
the Tata
Arabia is going to
Martino
be
boys.
their G's.
I hope so. Tata Martino, I hope you are ready for the World Cup as we are, because I'm ready, and I hope you and your boys are ready. On to the next team, and I hope they don't get polished. The golden era of Polish football will be looking to capitalize on the tag and get to something meaningful at this year's Mundial. Having starman Lewa, Robot, Goluyemi, Lewandowski.
The best striker of two seasons running.
It's not easy to be
And they
like
had
that.
to fabricate an award for him.
Just because they don't want to give my guy the Ballon d'Or.
There's
Bad.
God.
There's God. But it is what it is. Starman Lewandowski is playing in what could be his final World Cup, and that should be enough motivation for the white and reds. What do you say?
I think so too, and I expect these guys to. I expect the other players around him to, get upset, get angry on his behalf, and translate that anger to getting maximum points against every person they play, without not respecting any side. Because I mean, if you go in respecting, it is what it is. If you go in respecting a side, wanting not to play your own game, there's some people that you have to give them their due. But even at that, you go for it. If they do that, they're going to. I expect them to wow us. If they lie down, they're going to get pummeled. It is what it is. I expect them to get upset on Lewandowski's behalf, talking about the fact that 2020, this man still didn't go home with a Ballon d'Or, which I figured was deserved, was so deserved, and I felt very upset. I felt very upset on his behalf. So
And
I want these other guys to rise up and
and the person that actually took the what's it called, the Ballon d'Or from him, that was.
Is it from him though?
That's what I'm saying. Well, hello. Everybody knew that last year's Ballon d'Or was all about Robert Lewandowski, but they didn't give up. They went to go and give it to our daddy, Lionel Iguluomo Messi. There's nothing we can do about that. You don't go. But right now, Argentina and Poland are in the same group. And the Polish boys will be looking at now you.
Translate it to maximum point. Translate it to like blowing us away. Bring not football, no violence. Yeah, if you're going to annihilate someone, do it on the pitch. Thrash them 7-0.
I hope Czesław Michniewicz. I'm sorry, I was not speaking.
I would be the only one to pronounce.
No, wait, I want to. I was not speaking grammar or anything. I was not speaking in tongues. Let me call it again. Czesław Michniewicz. That is the Polish manager. Wow. Bro, I'm pretty sure when he hears my name, my brother Brian Madido, he'll be like, come again.
It's really quite easy though.
It is what it is. It's the Polish manager. He's actually Polish as well. 10 months in charge and he's 52 years old. He's going to be looking to take his charges against Argentina, against Mexico, and against Saudi Arabia to see how far they can go in this year's Mundial. I hope and I pray they don't get pummeled, as Labake has said, because if they sleep, they're going to get pummeled. But it is what it is. They have the captain in Robert Lewandowski, who is participating in what's most likely going to be his last World Cup, and it's going to be sad to see.
I'm not happy.
It's going to be sad to see.
I'm tired of hearing all this last. No.
There are so many last World
Cups.
This
come out of retirement.
There are so many last World Cups this
world.
I can't. Oh my heart. Oh my chest can't. Oh. Ronaldo.
Drama.
It is what it is. So Robert Lewandowski is 34 years of age. That's what we had to complain. For next one,
no, Lewa doesn't look it. It looks like it's 28.
Lewa might still play one more World Cup. If Poland qualifies, I see Lewandowski playing one more World Cup, and I will be so glad if Nigeria qualifies. Just saying. Robert Lewandowski, 34 years of age, plays straight for FC Barcelona as the highest goal scorer in the La Liga as we speak. Apparently, his team is not more in the Champions League, they're in the Europa League, but it's not for a lack of trying from his own end.
You don't have to loud it.
I'm just saying.
You don't say it out loud.
Contributed his part. Then there's Marty Cash. There's Wojciech. Marty Cash plays for Aston Villa. There's Wojciech Szczesny. 32 years goalkeeper, plays for Juventus. There's Piotr Zielinski, you all know him as Peter. Peter Zielinski is 28 years of age, plays for Napoli. And there's Akaduit Milik, aka I Can Do It Milik. 28 years of age, plays for Juventus. Most of them are in the Serie A.
Yes.
That tells you how would I put this? I almost said football. That tells you how strong, how competitive these guys are. They don't shy away from anything harsh. The Polish national team, the boys themselves, they look hard on a normal day. They look like they are ready for war.
Their eyes should scare you, like really.
No, like now.
That's what we're talking about. Milik, he's been the shining light for Juventus.
Yes, so
Juventus have been struggling,
yes, so
but he has been quite the spark. And
yeah,
we can take this from on to the national side. Game on for Zelensky. Every side of Napoli, like I said, they are pitted. The temperature, I need to check it at some point. They are hot. So having all of these boys.
Matikash, don't forget Matikash.
Is Villa doing anything?
No, Villa isn't doing anything, but Matikash
is doing something. Yeah. Okay.
He's my guy. Don't say
I've not been so unimpressed with Aston Villa. So, in fairness, I have seen sparks from him, so I should give him his due. Absolutely. So from that, and looking at their shining lights, their biggest stars, playing their trade in whichever club they are not just bench warmers.
Yeah,
they are guys who come in, who get the goals, who come in, get the assists, who come in, contribute something meaningful to their side. So if you bring all of this to Robert Lewandowski, that every part of his body
he's ready to get goals.
He does goals for a living. He hits goals for, like, he's that prolific.
Robert Lewandowski.
That's what I call him anyway. So I expect them to do something amazing. And I was saying that I like for their boys to be angry. I like for them to take on Argentina and, give them a run for their money. Don't lie down. If you lie down, they will beat. So I expect them to give us something. Talking about their coach, whose name I cannot pronounce, my bad. So you have to be the one to help me do that. So like what Ibrahim Madio said. So I expect them to give us something. And tactically on the day, I expect second place finish in that group, even if they're going to be behind Argentina, if they're not going to topple them, which is going to be a tough ask. It's going to be an incredible feat if they do that. Second place finish minimum out of the group. Get to the quarterfinals minimum.
Get to the quarterfinals minimum. That is the line. That is the plan. That is the aim. That is the directive, and that is what apologies. I just love to call the man's name. That's what he and his boys will be looking to do this World Cup. They are currently ranked 26th at the FIFA rankings. The latest one. Their latest one is going to be the drop later today, as I said before. Labake has just reiterated that if she feels like that is where I feel that max they can do in the group stage is second or third and get to the round of 16. The white and the reds, or we can call them the Eagles, are having their 9th appearance at the Mundial, and their best finish has been third when it came very close and won bronze in 1974 and the 1982 edition. So we've covered Argentina, we've covered Mexico, covered the Polish national team, and on to the last one, Saudi Arabia. Considered one of Asia's most successful national teams, the Green Men have been to the World Cup on 5 different occasions with the place in the knockout rounds at the USA 94 edition as their best outing till date. Let me return. They have been to the World Cup 5 times. And it was when they got to the quarterfinals at the USA 94. Well, no wonder they're the minors of the group. I'm just saying. Their manager is Hervé Renard. Just in case you don't know, the man is French. Hervé Renard is the famous, good-looking manager that took Burkina Faso to the first ever African Nations Cup and went on to the Ivory Coast national team, won the Nations Cup with them. He was the first manager to win Nations Cup with 2 different teams. And after that, he had stints with Algeria, had stints with Le Havre. That actually sounds like his name as well. So, and he's 54 years of age now. He's been in charge of the Saudi Arabian team for the past 3 years. And what do you feel with his chances? What do you think about their chances of the World Cup?
Okay,
Saudi Arabia?
Talking about Hervé Renard, winner through and through. He puts a stamp on whichever team, whichever country he is with, and we see a stamp of football. I mean, I was talking about, was it last week? We're talking about, I didn't think it was that old because it doesn't look it. It doesn't look it one bit. So 3 years in on the side, I think that's enough time to imprint his style of play, imprint his philosophy on the team, and let's see. I expect it to be different from Saudi Arabia we've seen in the past. But do I expect them to cost any of the boys they play? By boys now, I mean team they play in this group. Problems. It's going to be quite a huge ask. Do I see Saudi Arabia causing Argentina problems? Do I see them causing Mexico problems? Do I see them causing Poland problems? It's going to be quite the ask. I don't expect them to roll over to get beat, as it were, courtesy of the manager.
Yeah.
Because he's the one I am familiar with. He's the one we've seen what he has done over time. His track record is there. For the players, they have stars in their own right, but there are stars and there are stars. In this case, so if you're talking about their big boys, shout out to them. They ply their trade from Al Hilal to Al Shabab, and they're doing quite well there, yeah. But we're talking about other players who play in top European teams, who do their business in their starters in their respective groups. For those that are not starters, they are squad players who are also very important to whichever side they are. So it's going to be that matchup and this. If they get something and perhaps finish above fourth, which is where I think they are going to finish, if they finish above fourth, they should be patting themselves in the back, because that means they are going to displace either Mexico or Poland, because I don't expect Argentina too, but it's football. You guys go ahead and surprise me, please. If they go ahead and finish ahead of any of these guys, job well done.
Job well done. That is the analysis from Lobake. And like I said, I feel like these guys are going to be finishing the bottom of the group. Number one, I've said it before. But your analysis now just gave me a little bit of some insight, and I thought about it. This same manager won the Nations Cup with Burkina Faso. Very, very little known Burkina Faso. Their first Nations Cup win ever. Then on to Ivory Coast. Their first Nations Cup win.
They've been chasing for quite a long time, yeah.
And he did well with Algeria, qualified them for the World Cup, and some other from other teams before he got this Iranian, Saudi Arabian job. So 3 years in charge of the team now. 99% of their players are home-based. They are homegrown. I feel, I was saying they're going to be finishing fourth. I'm changing my mouth. It's official, people. Ibrahim Adio is saying it.
They're going to finish third, first,
second, first. I'm just saying.
But no, if they do,
it's either second or third.
If they do, it is a massive.
They are going to be the most complete, not complete side, because you know the qualities
of the other side. Yeah.
What they have built in between themselves the past
3 years, and I think that is that longevity.
The only other team that has it is the team I do not blame. I mean, that's Argentina, because they know themselves very much.
Play together for quite a while. The coach might be new, yeah, as it were, but they have built a bond in that side.
Mexico and Poland, I see them using the what's it called, the overconfidence to might ruin their chances.
Overconfidence, though.
When they want to play Saudi Arabia, they will look at the name and be like, Saudi will score 5 in the first half, Arabia will score 6 in the second half. That's when I'm only saying, but I believe
Tata.
Reynard.
No, I don't expect that from you.
From
and
Tata.
The other manager, I can't pronounce. I'm so sorry, sir.
Chancellor,
don't be angry. I can't pronounce. But I don't expect them to roll. See, it's very interesting that so far so good for all the groups. And we talk about Group A, we talk about Group B. For the so-called winners, you and I know that they can shock us, and that is the beauty, and that is the beauty. So normally, on paper, without taking into cognizance the quality of players, without taking into cognizance where they play, the caliber of the manager they have, on paper you should say Saudi Arabia should finish fourth. But it's because of Reynard. I think that factor is more than enough time for him to imprint what he wants, how he's going to get it, what they are going to do, how they are going to play tactics-wise. They will have tried and rejigged and returned and every kind of that it possibly exists. So I'm expecting that any team that's going to get something out of them or getting something off of the Saudi Arabian side would be made to work for it.
True. That is the analysis we've got from the Yeah, no, sorry.
You want to say to be angry.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So they've got players in Salman Al-Faraj. He's 33 years of age. He's a midfielder, plays football for Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia. He's actually their captain as well. We've got Salem El Dawsari. He's 31 years of age. He's a midfielder, plays straight for Al Shabaab. There's Wala, 28 years of age, plays for Al Shabaab. Firaz Al Burai, 22 years of age, plays for Al Fatih. As if you've noticed, all of them plies their trade
At home.
at home, then overseas. That is enough on their, based on the fact that their coach is there for the past 3 years.
They are familiar, exactly.
Over and over again. So good thing for them. They're star player, not because I know the rest of them, but
Sorry.
should be the star player. He's their highest goal scoring midfielder. He's been a shining light for Al Hilal this season, and it's looking good for them. They are currently ranked 51st on the FIFA ranking, which is not impressive.
It's not the highest, in
It's
fairness,
the highest,
right? But
they want to be first or 9
or even 20. Who's going to roll over for them?
So they are nicknamed the Green Men or the Green Falcons, and this is their 6th appearance at the World Cup, and their best finish has been the round of 16 back in 1994 in the USA one, as we said earlier. So that is the roundup of the Group C of the World Cup. We talked about Argentina, we talked about Mexico, we talked about the Poland national team, and just rounded up with the Saudi Arabia national team. Off the top of your head, right, you see Argentina, boom, straight up. After Argentina, don't guess.
It's a tie between Poland
I knew
for
that
me.
was coming. Don't give me the tie. Give me one.
Okay, so I would say Argentina, I would say Poland, I would say Mexico, and Saudi Arabia.
You've heard it from the generous one. I would say Argentina, I would say Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and then the Poland national team. That is just my own.
You actually gave back up.
So
No, we need to have it on. I can't. No, excuse sir. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. I have an observation.
I'm here.
Let us recap.
Okay, we'll recap.
If I hear you right, if I heard you correctly, pardon the bad English, I had to. All right. If I heard you correctly, yeah, I went to school. I promise you people. Then first we have Argentina.
Yeah.
In second place, you said Saudi Arabia. Please go ahead. Confirm.
My smile is enough confirmation.
I did not know. I didn't normally used to see body language. I need to.
Okay, Saudi Arabia.
In second place.
Yeah.
All right.
I
In
said
third place.
Mexico.
In third place.
Yeah.
The Poland national team that boasts of the quality of Robert Lewandowski.
Now you go defend.
Excuse me.
Now you go keep.
It's not. Is it your table? I'm the
what
one drawing my
Have you
table.
seen what Szczesny has been doing for Juventus this season?
Is it his fault?
He's not the keeper.
Is it the only one playing?
Why didn't you look at David De Gea yesterday? Oh yeah, maybe you are defending him. You are defending him now.
The same David De Gea. You know how many goals he has considered this season?
But it's not as much as the Juventus one.
Can we hold? No, excuse me. You said a Poland team. That it's not because I cannot pronounce the coach name. That's the only reason. You have the Poland team, with Robert Lewandowski, who will be finishing 4th place in Group C. Did I get that correctly?
It's just
yes or no, please, sir?
Just my prediction.
Yes or no, sir? Is that what you said?
It's just my prediction.
Go ahead, please.
It's just my prediction.
So, Szczesny, shout out to you. You did not let me down. You did not budge me there. Szczesny has considered 7 goals. 7 goals all season. How bad Juventus have been. Now for Manchester United, I'm not done.
I will be facing Dami for shots because I don't understand what he was trying to do.
Then for Manchester United, I'm coming. David Omologo De Gea has considered a total single
with backline of Maguire. Hello.
So Szczesny has front.
Bonucci is there.
Don't even go. See, don't even start. We've seen Juventus play this season. We've seen how easy it is to tear them apart. Which they might just be another tearing apart this evening. Or is it tomorrow that they play PSG? And I'm feeling bad for them already. And I feel bad for Szczesny as well because it's not his fault. It's just the kind of people that you have in front of you right now. So okay, it's fine.
Okay, fine. I think
it's on record, Jack.
Wait, fine. Wait, there's nothing on record.
It's on record.
Well, you finish the show. I think I'm going to take back my predictions. So, I just have a friend. Poland. I'm going. Hold on a second. Okay, let's see. What's it called? The Saudi Arabian. They are not finishing
Fourth. Well, that's going to be quite the ask.
Saudi Arabia not finish fourth for you.
And I can't wait to see it. I really can't wait to see it.
Ibrahim Adio says it. Go write it down. It is what it is. So my people, you have been here with us. It's been fun. It's been informative and it's been entertaining as much as it's what's it called, painful because our country know the day. But it is what it is.
Why do you have to remind us this every show?
Every show, from when we want to start, I'll say it. When we're about middle, I'll say it. End, I'm going to say it. The only person I saw in that match, in that second leg match, that 1-1. That 0-0, no. The person that performed in that match was Victor Osimhen. Every other person was sleeping.
Okay, against Ghana, yeah.
And you let that party go enter.
Party is having a party.
God, yeah. It is what it is, my people. Another day, another World Cup countdown. Next edition is going to be about the Group D. And I can't wait to talk about it here too, because that is where defending champions, France, and talking about France, there's a big news about Paul Labili Pogba not making the World Cup. Bad, sad news.
But I think we kind of expected that.
It was
to an extent.
It was training 2 weeks ago, so there was kind of little hope, but the hope don't defeat away. So no Paul Pogba, no N'Golo Kante, but there is Karim Benzema. So I feel it's hard to say for France. We will talk about them in the next edition. I've been your host, and I've been here with the Generous One, Omola Bakeraji. Who has made me change my prediction, but it is what it is.
It's the least I can do, after all.
It is what it is. My name is Ibrahim Adedoyin, but you can call me Ibrahim Adinho for this one because I'm a Brazilian, as I've said before, you know what I'm saying?
I can't do this for much longer.
You've been hanging out with us on CTV Live. Keep a day with us next edition. Bye for now, people.
Adios.
Do is to follow us across our social media.
Feisty and fiercely contested games of football we have seen so far this season, and many more to come surely. The champion put your football knowledge to the test. You stand a chance to win up to 5 gigabytes of data. All you have to do is to follow us across our social media. Feisty and fiercely contested games of football we have seen so far this season, and many more to come surely. The champion put your football knowledge to the test. You stand a chance to win up to 5 gigabytes of data. All you have to do is to follow us across our social media. Feisty and fiercely contested games of football.